So I've seen a lot of speculations and theories about what happened to Ultraman in the new Superman movie, and in my opinion, I've seen a lot of outrageous takes about how he's dead and how Superman killed him, and then also how he might be Bizarro, and a couple other things that I'll get into in this video. But if you're new, go ahead and like the video. If you like the video, go ahead and subscribe. That'd be greatly appreciated. I'm at 61,911 subscribers, which is a very unfortunate number. So if you could bump those numbers up, let's try to get to 62,000 before the end of the week. That'd be greatly appreciated. And let's go ahead and get into it. Now, I want to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. I want to know your guys' thoughts about these three takes. Do you think that he's dead? Do you think that he's Bizarro? Or do you think that he's Ultraman? Go ahead and comment down below, and I would love to hear your guys' discussions down there in the comment section. So let's go ahead and get into this. And the first one, it's going to be... Now look, I don't think this man's dead at all. If he's a clone of Superman, if he's as strong as Superman, he has the same weaknesses and whatever, then wouldn't it make sense for him to at least survive the black hole? I wouldn't think that he would actually be crushed or killed or whatever in that black hole. I think that he might survive and be teleported into another world. And even if he is dead, you know, he's just a clone. Like, who cares? It's not like this guy lived a whole life and was brought up by great parents and whatnot. He literally got taken from a strand of Superman's hair and got put into a test tube and raised by Lex Luthor and to be a perfect freaking soldier for him. It's not like this thing is morally good at all, and it's also not like he could be redeemed. He's stupid as shit. So it's like, killing him would be the best option. Just, okay, imagine this. Let's have your worst enemy in your life bring in a clone of yourself and say, hey, I'm gonna make him beat the shit out of you. Are you gonna let that clone live? Are you really gonna let this stupid, angry, completely controlled clone live? It's a clone! It's a clone! Yes, Superman values all life, but was this Ultraman gonna live a freaking life? Was he gonna have a valued life, really? Really? You think he's gonna live in an apartment and just like freaking read a newspaper every morning and just chill out? Bruh, come on now. What are we talking about? Anybody saying that that was an actual body for Superman? You're goofy, bro. It's like killing yourself, essentially. In my opinion, that's the way I looked at it. And even still, James Gunn alluded to this guy not being dead, which is our next option. Let's go ahead and number 2, which is...
Me, no, I'm Superman. You, I'm Superman.
So a lot of people think that he's Bizarro, and I think the main reason why they think he's Bizarro is because he's dumb. And that's like the only reason why they think he's Bizarro. But when you listen to James Gunn and what he says about this character, I'll get into in a second, it's not Bizarro. And even still, if he got sent to Bizarro World or whatever, in, you know, the big box world, I feel like that would be lazy as hell. What is he gonna do? Like, what is he actually going to do when he comes back? Is he actually gonna be more compassionate? Is he just going to be vengeful against Superman? It, like, you know, that doesn't work for this character. He's like almost completely evil. So if you bring him back as Bizarro, he's just going to be Ultraman and Bizarro mixed in together. He doesn't even have Bizarro's powers. He still has the laser vision and the, you know, all the same powers as Superman. So for him to be Bizarro, it would be weird. I think it would be cool for him to go to like a kryptonite dimension and somehow Superman goes there and saves him, and he has all the morph skin and he looks like Bizarro. That would be a cool concept, I guess. But for him to be like, I guess, the animated series Bizarro, it kind of like depends. It's almost like the Hawk Girl and Hawkman. You have to depend on the iteration of the character. If he's like the animated series, then he's compassionate and he wants to save people, and he's actually a good character who has a heart. You know what I mean? He's a little bit, you know, messed up in the brain, a little bit backwards, but he still has a heart. This character, I can't see Ultraman from that Superman being Bizarro. It just doesn't make sense. That Bizarro, at least. But if you keep going back, I guess you could find a Bizarro version that's like that, but it doesn't fit, in my opinion. It doesn't work for this iteration of Ultraman, which, by the way, I'll get into right now. Gunn said that this is their iteration, their version of Ultraman, not Bizarro.
Ultraman in the comics is part of a crime syndicate who are evil versions of the Justice League. And Ultraman is the evil version of Superman. Our Ultraman is a little bit different. He's created by Lex Luthor.
Wasn't their iteration of, you know, the new version of Bizarro. This is their version of Earth 3 Ultraman. And if that's the case, let's go ahead and get into the next option, which is...
You think you can come to my place of business and call me out?
I personally think that this is the best option. It's like the most creative one that you could do. There's so many options that you could do with him getting sent to Earth 3. He could be manipulated by the crime syndicate there, by all the Justice League members. This could be Earth 3's version of Superman landing in, of course, you know, Smallville or Metropolis or wherever he lands. Wherever that you know, black hole took him, which we could go into the video thinking that he's still alive, okay? Let's just say he goes there, lands next to like Lex Luthor or whatever. That version of Lex Luthor would be good. So he would take in this Ultraman, the Superman, and then try to train him, teach him how to talk, teach him how to be a little bit smarter, and actually, you know, develop a relationship with him. But this Ultraman already has a preconceived notion of who, you know, Lex Luthor is, who is evil, controlled him, probably tortured him a little bit, and made him try to kill Superman. So now this Ultraman that's like, you know, now has the intelligence and is actually smart. It can actually, you know, think for himself, kills Lex Luthor from Earth 3, goes and controls the crime syndicate, and then tries to go back to Earth Prime or whatever you want to call it to kill Lex Luthor and Superman for, of course, sending Ultraman to Earth 3, which I think would be a really neat concept. And then, of course, you can kind of have the opposites of all the other characters. This could be like Justice League number 2 or whatever. I don't know when they could bring him back, but I feel like since you already have David Cornsweet as Superman, you could basically bring in Ultraman whenever you want with David Cornsweet. It's not like you have a different actor for him. You could literally just bring in Cornsweet and have a double and just do the same thing you did with the last movie. So I feel like they already have the idea to bring in Ultraman again, for him to be a larger part of the universe besides him being Bizarro, which again, I can't really see this character fitting in that. And I think that having him be his Ultraman, you know, learning to be a little bit smarter, kind of like controlling the crime syndicate and being that version, that Earth's version of Superman, and then kind of like developing like a suit that's like type of Superman-ish. Oh man, that'd be so cool. I think that payoff would be a lot better than him just coming back as Bizarro, stupid Bizarro, me want to help. Like what, you know, do you guys really want that? I don't even think they could do that. If they try to go like the WWE Eugene, like, yay, Bizarro, like, oh, they would get canceled. James Gunn's already got canceled like twice now. Let's not try to get him canceled a third time. What are we doing here? So let's just, I'm just saying here, it just wouldn't fit for that character. I feel like having Ultraman fit in with more of the Earth 3 crime syndicate, having him actually have characters to interact with, because if he gets sent to Bizarro World and he's just kind of by himself, that's a little bit boring. You could have him actually interact with characters, interact with their version of Batman and Flash and Wonder Woman and all this type of stuff. He'd even do like the Crisis on Infinite Earths like type of storyline, or Crisis on 2 Earths storyline. My voice is cracked. That was horrible. You can do the Crisis on 2 Earth storyline, where they, of course, go to Earth 2 and they have to fight, Earth 3 and go fight the crime syndicate, which would be a very, very fun concept to do. I think I love that animated movie, probably more than any other animated movie. It's one that kind of sticks in my brain the most because it's just a lot of fun. They have a lot of fun with the concept of an evil Justice League and the good Justice League taking on that evil Justice League. It's a really, really fun idea to have for, of course, a newly developed type of form Justice League, to have another evil Justice League that's already established come in and kind of like test them a little bit. I really like that concept, and I think that they could play with that in a part 2 of a Justice League when they just formed, they're trying to develop the Watchtower, and then boom, they got the crime syndicate that they have to deal with as well. That might be a very, very fun idea to do. So, in my opinion, that would be the best option. Bizarro is a little boring. Him being dead, of course, is the most boring option. Him just being gone. But James Gunn, again, he's already alluded to, you know, Ultraman being alive. And the fact that he's already mentioned the fact that this is Ultraman, not like Bizarro. This isn't an interpretation of Bizarro. This is Ultraman. That gives me hope that he's actually going to come back in like an Earth 3 type of form. And that's a lot more of an interesting concept than Bizarro. They could do Bizarro in the future. They could still do them. But it doesn't have to be this version. Now, they could do another clone that gets fucked up, and then he gets into Bizarro World, or he gets, you know, slowly deformed by like kryptonite or something, or there's a certain kryptonite. Who knows? But they don't need a duo for Ultraman, who James Gunn specifically said this was Ultraman. So, in my opinion, I want to see what they do with him in the future, either in a Justice League movie or a Superman, like, you know, trilogy, or another Superman movie that they do, or something like that. That'd be a lot of fun to do. I want to know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments below. If I change your mind, tell me in the comments below. I know a lot of people think that he was going to be Bizarro, but I just don't think that's going to happen. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next one. Peace out.